Good morning. My name is Amanda Mitchell, and I'm here to report to you about the limitations. There are six limitations. The first one is the laws and regulations. Schools are designed for some students and not for all students. Mindsets and limit beliefs about learning. Standardization versus differentiation. Teachers isolating versus teachers collaboration, leadership, and engagement. A narrow video of professional development, teaching, and students learning as separate acts, not as interactive process. There are three that I'm going to talk about, but the first one I'm going to address is the one about laws and regulations. Schools are designed for some students, but not for all students. Why, we ask? These laws and regulations were created because the rights and benefits for some and limitation obstacles and barriers for others. Schools are for show-offs, not for learning. When we enroll our children into school, we enroll them into a never-ending series of contests to see who is best, who can get it the highest grades, the highest scores, or standardized tests, wins the most honors, make it into the most advanced placement classes, get into the best colleges. We see those grades and hoops jump through as measures not only for our children but also for ourselves as the parents. We find ways subtly but not suddenly to brag about them to our friends and relatives. One thing we know about learning is that it inhabits the kinds of pressures that we use at schools to motivate performances. Many psychological experience have shown that contests and evaluations of all sorts led those who already know well how to perform a task to do even better than they otherwise would, but has the opposite effects on people who don't know or how to do as well. And the potential and the solutions as to how we can change them. I would say that mainly looking at, the different regions of schools and the different areas and the students that attend these schools. A lot of times that may work for an urban school, may not work for a Title I school. Also, we have some schools that are in better areas that things may work far as the laws of them not having things or implementing different things for the students. Those things are good to have in place, but a lot of times we have to look at the children that we're dealing with and the type of avenues and what works best for the students. Another topic that I'm going to talk about is the mindsets and limits beliefs about learning. According to our text, education values and beliefs can also be powerful impact on children's access to quality education. A teacher's low expectation for students based on one belief that has certain students. Hold on one second. Cannot learn or learn as well. Have a similar adverse impact on disadvantaged students is actual students' rules and laws that separate students by social economics, class, gender, or race, and growth mindset. People believe that the most basic abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Brains and talent are just the starting point. The beliefs of educators about who is entitled to an education and who is capable of learning at high levels have a real impact on the outcome for our students. Intelligence is fixed. Only a few bright children can achieve a high level. Speed is what counts. Faster is smarter, right? Inborn intelligence is determined as success. Mistakes are signs of weaknesses. Smart students work independently. That was a lot. And I can say, I agree with, some of it, but not most of it, because a lot of times, you know, they're very smart students that, have special needs as far as, they may work at a slower pace. But the goal is them understanding the work or gaining the knowledge to be successful in order to move on. And the last topic I'm going to talk about that's really touchy for me would be standardized testing, standardization, and differentiation. Laws were in, enacted to protect workers' rights, ensure quality teaching, and improve education quality. Such laws granted workers in a number of states the right to collectively bargain for contractors, increase license regulations, requirements for teachers, mandate teaching evaluation process and standards, and maintain the curriculum that must be taught in our schools. This is a touchy topic because, as being a teacher right now, A lot of those things that they have in place, it's hard because if the students don't get the information, sometimes we need to slow down and sometimes we need to review and go back and redo. And a lot of times, how they may say, children learn one way, they can learn another way. Standardization might be beneficial for international operation because it offers potential to standardize global operation. They have two types: marketing process perspectives and marketing components, marketing mix perspectives. These ways also work to do, to fully standardized approach consists of standardization across all marketing. So it works in that way, but it doesn't work when you need to differentiate learning. We teach students how to break them down in groups and how to work, and then we turn around and give them all the same test. Or we say, bubble this or answer it this way. And all students don't learn this way. So hopefully this helps you, and I need to go back to work. And I will see you guys later. Have a great week.